welcome back to the Joyo episode of Collective Culture. How you going today, Callan?
I'm doing good, actually. Woke up pretty fresh. Had some good sleep. Had
How much sleep?
well, actually later last night. Well, by 1 hour, and I got 7 hours instead of 8.
True.
But I can sort of feel that when I get 8, it's different to 7. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I feel like 9 even. Like 8.5 for me is like perfect. You know, you just sleep in that little extra half hour and you just kind of feel better.
Yeah, when you need it for sure. Yeah, my body like wakes me up at around 6.
Yeah.
Just with the birds and the sun. But yeah, when I put my little night mask on, I can get another hour out of it if I need it. But I was pretty pumped to just wake up and have a coffee this morning. I think about taking honey out of a crate and like sitting in the sunlight and making a coffee. It's such a fucking good ritual making a coffee. I love it, that machine, dude.
Oh, best thing ever. Dude, coffee is life.
We just went to Bali. We did 10 days in Bali, and it was good. It was good. Like we spent the whole time in Canggu, really, and it fucking flew by. It did fly by, but we all our stomachs got messed up a little bit.
Mine's still cooked, dude. Especially for that lymph massage yesterday.
Yeah, how good was that?
That was sick.
That was nice. Yeah,
but yeah, like I woke up this morning and it stirred up some shit. I was like, my stomach was like, fuck, Bali. Still feeling a little inflamed from Bali.
Anything coming out if you're taking purge in that? Or
no, I've been checking. There's nothing.
No,
it's like normal. Like I'm shitting normal.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of inflammation, I would say. It feels like inflammation in my lower area.
Yeah, well, they say the food poisoning lasts in there for ages until you like probiotic it up and stuff. So
I had kimchi last night and sauerkraut. Yeah. So hopefully.
But yeah, it was like we ate relatively good. Like we weren't getting full trash. We did sometimes, but God, it catches up to you pretty quick over there. You, like even just the videos that Harry was taking of us, I was looking at my eyes and there was like that tiredness under my eyes and stuff, which isn't always there.
It's instant, man. Like as soon as you get there, and I kind of prepared for that. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna enjoy myself. Like I trained a lot. And I was drinking beer and I was like just letting the hair down. But yeah, it's like, fuck, man. After 7 days, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home because I don't feel good.
Yeah. As soon as you're back, you fucking you freshen up again.
Yeah, for sure. It takes me about a week, but
Bali, you could. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do it as healthy as you do it here. You can't do it as good as you can do it here.
No way. No way. It's just not organic.
Yeah,
and it's just like hard to really ask the deep questions, like where is this shit coming from?
But I had that inspo like when we were there and going to the new version of Ammo Spa. Ammo Spa is a place in Canggu that there's like ice bath, saunas, pool area is so sick, I reckon. Like having a pool and like a cafe and an outdoor area to like people on the laptop working, but also jumping in the sauna and doing that whole setup. Like, man, fuck, it'd be so good to have that here.
Yeah.
You know, and be able to go there every day, but like make it even better, obviously.
Yeah, it would be sick here.
Like,
it'd be so good here. So investors, reach out where we're going to create that here.
Yeah, there's like opportunity, you know, a couple of year or two away, possibly in Malulba, and it's it's on the horizon. It's in the back of our mind, and if the world wants it, you know, we can do it. But we were thinking like a corrective culture gym, because our gym at the moment isn't for public use; it's just for us. But like a corrective culture gym and then a grocery store off that with all organic food, and I want to make it so because there's still not one grocery store that exists that doesn't have shit in it too.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know.
Where you can just trust everything.
I know.
Like I want to walk in, all right, no veggie oils and nothing, no 448s and nothing. Like
Javita's like online is really the only one, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, we could just make that happen, and then a butcher would be good, and I actually spoke to Bucox about it. He's like, man, I'd be interested in shit like that. Butcher would be good. Grocery store would be good. Corrective culture gym would be good. And off that would be a pool area and an ice bath, sauna house and the well-being sort of area. And a cafe. Organic cafe that you can work out of, or at least spray-free cafe that you can work out of. And just a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. How good would that be?
It'd be insane, man. Like a picture like Erewhon in the United States, like it's so good.
Yeah.
Just, you know, obviously there's still some shit in there, but fuck, it'd be amazing here if we could just do it correctly and just do it right to the core values, eh?
And how would you want to run a gym, you reckon? Like, I was thinking that it's almost like you'd want it to be an open gym, but you'd want it to have classes also. So you'd have like set times for classes only, and then like open gym and other times or something like that. So it's like you get the whole gym there for the class. So everyone can still get connected.
Yeah,
but also they
I
can
am
still use
missing
it.
that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm missing I like working out, but fuck, it's just you go any other gym, it's trash. It's like I don't want to do conventional deadlifts and squats only in my circuit and then just like, and not worry about form. Like that's what I would struggle to look around and see if it wasn't being done properly. I don't know how you really get around that. Like,
yeah, I think the classes would teach everyone our way over time. And then when they're in their gym, their own time, they just start playing with that. Because we'd have a big open area too. Like, and the good thing about our gym is, man, that like think about the difference. Say when someone opens a gym, usually all the machines are jacking the price up of that, like as in the cost price for them.
Yeah.
But we don't run it like that. We have a big open space.
Yeah.
And that money can then be put towards this ice bath and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, instead of like leg press machines and shit.
For sure. I really liked that Revel gym looks like it's pretty good. And then I saw that the F45 was good when I did a couple of classes there. I like their model, but it's just that bridging that gap for having good form or adding some rotation in too. Like there's so many different things you could do.
Yeah, without getting hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
You could have like full foundational, like, all right, we're building you up, bringing your weaknesses out for like 4 weeks, all the postural stuff.
Yeah, you could just create like posture foundational stuff for like 4 weeks before you go on, where it's just like core and things like that or whatever.
And just like a working class, like fucking every
deep
day.
tissue.
Like, and just get crew doing it for us,
There's like, I wouldn't like teaching it, but
but
but you could get
every once in a
someone.
while I would want to,
Yeah, you'd want to.
But just not have to be set into a time for it.
Yeah. It's like jiu-jitsu, eh? Like I don't want to teach every night, but I could teach. I'd love to teach once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Like when I feel like it,
Yeah.
Like
and
that freedom.
Yeah, fully like, oh, I'll come in tonight. Oh, not tonight.
Yeah.
Like, but as long as we set it up like that, we'll always be there and training and create a full hub, of like, I mean, that's when we think about changing the world, obviously you do it with people listening to you and making changes in their life, and that spreads like fire. But also imagine creating a hub and then everyone at that hub goes to the farmer's market or shops at that grocer, and everyone at that hub then gets franchised that whole hub out to change the world.
Yeah,
like instead of like an F45 or a Snap, it's like, oh no, we're creating a culture of crew that look after the soil. Fucking
exactly.
Like just put their money with the good parts of the world, so then wherever you throw the money, the world will adapt around it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a big dream, man. It's good.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just putting that out there because we like to speak. Oh, dude, I was talking to the girl that gave us a massage yesterday, right? During the massage and talking about manifestation. And she was like, listen to this from manifestation, right? And first I told her the story about how you found your ring and within 48 hours. I'm not sure if I told you about Chop the other day too. I was playing,
you did.
I'm talking like a 1 in 50 chance of getting these cards. Got it twice in a row and we go, okay, universe, if we're going to manifest 2 4-of-a-kinds, right? Within not 2 4-of-a-kinds. We're going to manifest 1 4-of-a-kind for one of us within the next 3 hands. Me and my partner, and there's 2 others, like not my partner, but my card partner. And then I got 1, then he got 1, and I was just like, this is a fucking joke. And even he's like, oh, that was sort of weird. Like, I don't fully believe in that stuff, but blew my mind.
That's cool.
But she was saying that she wanted a rabbit. She's like, I just want a fucking rabbit. Like, she was a kid, like.
True.
And she's like, because she watched The Secret, and then she goes, all right, well, I'm just gonna think about a rabbit. Like, what are we gonna name it? Talking to her sister and that. And then she was on like, there was like a garage sale or something nearby, and the friend was giving away like a rabbit pen without the rabbit, right? And she's like, so I got this rabbit pen, put it in the house, like I already had the rabbit, and filled it up with water and everything. And she goes, legit, the next day. And then even the mum was like, we're not getting a rabbit, like, next day the neighbors next door knocked on our door and was like, oh, we're moving out. We have this rabbit. Like, do you guys want it? And then the mum was like, whoa, like, all right, we got to take it if that's the case. But can you believe that, man? Like, that blew my mind. And how much has that shit happened to us? It's almost like a 100% hit rate, dude.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. And it just brings up something for me. Like when I was a kid, when I started believing in magic almost was like, I was in my house and I was in Diddillaba and I just had this sixth sense that something was wrong, and it was to do with my little dog. And you walk down probably like 300 meters. It would have been, I reckon, 200 meters away down this path, And I just went straight there, man. I was like, I just feel like I got to go this way. And I followed my instincts down to this pathway. And I looked in this pathway and I saw my dog cowering up against the fence with a blue heeler about to attack it.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I just walked up to the blue heeler and kicked it in the stomach so hard. Like, just was like, fuck this. And saved my dog, dude, out of nowhere.
Wow.
Like, nothing. There was no like inkling to that happening. I was just like, it was just meant to be. And
that's
weird, that shit, you know. It's like,
well, there's a whole nother thing going on. There's a whole nother level and depth going on in the universe and the world that
you can't see.
It almost is a simulation, man. And and it's that whole manifestation shit. It's like, when I heard that story from her yesterday, I was like, come on, she was telling the truth too, you know. And it's just like, that's something else. Like, how much has that shit happened for us too? And you just gonna know what you want.
Yeah, and connecting in with it. Like, if you write it down and you connect in with it, it feels so good. You know, like you writing your dream partner or whatever. It's like, yeah, you connect in with like the business that we're going to build, or, you know, just like, even if you're stuck in a mundane situation in life, write your dream situation. Even just writing it and just thinking about it sets the tone. And then shit starts to shift. And I think, you know, what we do with people's posture, especially, like, how many clients have we had that have come in here and we've changed their posture, but they've changed their whole fucking entire life because of their posture changing. It's like, it's interesting.
For people listening, I watched this Paul video the other day about manifestation and manifesting things. And the tip that you do is you imagine you speak it out to the Grand Canyon, and it always echoes back to you. So whatever you say, it echoes back to you, and that's the concept behind it. So if you say, I want this, wanting's a verb. So it's going to echo, I want this. Even in 10 months, I'm still wanting this, right? So you have to either say words like, I choose this, or I have this, or I am this, or whatever. Like, it's already done, and not talking about it in future tense, talking about it in present tense. So then the stars align and it magnetically attracts that sort of stuff. And so yeah, it's like, it's already done. I already got this. I choose this. I am this, instead of I want this. And you can, even from that Pam Grout book, you can have it within time frames. So you say, okay, within 4 weeks, I've found my missing bracelet, or within, you know, give it some time to do things. And be super specific, because he can give it to you in a roundabout way that isn't what you asked for, but it's sort of what you asked for, but not what you thought about. You know what I mean? So make sure you're very clear, and play with it. Like, if you're listening right now, right, just think, what would you like to happen within the next 48 hours? And if this works for you, write in, because I'd love to know.
Yeah, fully.
Like, just think, it could be something small. I'm finding this. I'm getting a call from this. I need a sign from this. I want something exciting in my life from this. Or I got something. You wouldn't say I want, right? And give it a time frame, whether it's a week or 48 hours or 24 hours, and see what happens. And if it happens to you, it's like your eyes been open to it. Then, you know, it's pretty wild shit.
Something will happen.
Yeah. So it's time. So anyway, what we plan today is off random, but we're gonna call my old cellmate. So my old cellie, Pa Mahia. I was at BCC with him, which is a Wacol prison, and he was my cellmate, and he taught me. Remember that dancing?
The dance, yeah.
He taught me that. He taught me the cup song. He was a good singer. Pretty sure he went in for arm rob with a Stanley knife on some Asian chick at I'll ask him about that. But he's such a good person. He was a kid when he did it, like 18. Now he got deported back to NZ, and I'm pretty sure he's got a kid now, and he's actually into the church, but he's into fitness now. And we got him into fitness back then. Actually, we were training pretty hard. I was teaching him jits. He was cool. He was a cool dude, you know. And let's do it. Let's do it, Hayes.
Yeah. Bro. It's good to be.
Man, so good to see ya. That's crazy.
You too.
You're looking healthy, bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You too, man. I love your guys' work that you guys are doing. You and your bro Jake, right?
Yeah. Cheers. Nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Man,
I see your guys' grind, bro, and I really love it. It's really good to see what you're doing now, bro, from 10 years ago.
Yeah, cheers, bro. Appreciate it. It's same with you. It saw you get back home and just you stayed out of trouble, didn't you?
When I come back, it was kind of hard to stay out of trouble just because of the crowd that I was hanging around with.
Yeah, right.
But eventually I ended up just getting away from it because of my son. I ended up having a baby and
Yeah.
Sick.
had to look after him, do the right thing.
When did you have? I saw that, but how old were you when you had the baby? How old are you now, bro? You're a few years younger than me, eh? 29?
I'm 28, so it was 10 years ago when we were cellmates.
Yeah. Fuck, man, that's crazy.
It's a long time.
It's a long time, and it sort of doesn't. For me, it sort of feels like a bit of a dream now. I don't know, like in the sense of, like you forget. It's like it's weird. It was such a home, and you knew everyone so well, but over time it starts to fade a little bit, and you start to. Like I'm still connected with a couple of boys on Facebook, but a lot of them fucking just went straight back in, eh?
Yeah. I still communicate with some of the boys too, but it's not like it's just like small talk, how are you? Hey bro, how's it going? Just stuff like that. And nobody's really doing what you're doing.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
I'll be honest, bro. Like
cheers,
nobody
man.
from that time of life is not doing what you're doing, bro, which is why I kind of like why I followed what you were doing, bro. The creative culture and
cheers, man.
How that come about, bro, which is really cool.
Bro, you know how many people I've shown that, like even Jake, we did a video, I'm not sure if you saw it in Perth, where we're doing that stomp in the yard.
Oh yeah.
I
remember we used to just do that all night, bro.
Yeah. And
we got called racist or something for doing it, didn't we?
I remember someone got triggered because thinking we were doing an indigenous dance or something. like so there's always going to be people that get triggered on the internet these days, right?
Yeah.
And you'd sing "Should Be Coming Around the Mountain" as you're doing it.
Yeah, that's right. What's that?
She'll be coming,
the cup song.
And the cups, and then we did the cup song after that. And I still remember the cup song, and you would do "In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle" as you sing it, and you had like the fucking voice of an angel.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was actually really fun in that environment, even though it was like the lowest part of my life.
Yeah,
it was like I kind of felt like compared to other units, that was probably the best unit.
Yeah, it was
to be in, because everyone got along. Like there was no dramas at all.
Yeah, that was the same for me, man. Out of all units, like remember when I had the chance to go to Palin Creek, and I was like, "Nah, send me to Woodford because it's closer to home." And then everyone was like,
"That's right, you got sentenced."
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Nah, don't go to Woodford. You shouldn't do that." And I was like, "Fuck, I shouldn't do that." Like, and then I got there, and I remember being hella depressed because just for a few days, so I got to the unit. There was even less shit. I can't remember what it didn't have. Maybe it didn't have a basketball hoop. And and I was like, and everyone was just a little bit rougher and just a little bit like just everyone was a bit more on edge and shit, Man, do you remember I'm trying to think of like, do you remember like you remember the Vietnamese, the old fella, what was his name?
Yeah.
Wasn't Tan or Tan or something?
He was the old Vietnamese gang member.
Yeah,
really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Nice guy, killer at cards. He was doing wasn't he doing 15 years or something for heroin or some shit?
He was doing a long time. Yeah. He was doing a really long time. And then really nice dude.
And then how weird is it when you see the crew go out and come back in while you're still in, and they've just lost all their weight, just fucking got straight back on the gear. Like
I know.
And it's all ice.
I know. I've seen that quite a few times while being incarcerated.
Yeah.
Like the boys get out and then a couple of days later they're back in and I'm like,
Yeah. And everyone's like hell into their fitness in there and shit. Like we all get on the level, like start like drinking good water. Well, not good water. It's fucking, the filtered water, and putting the tea bags in the water and training and doing those deca card workouts. But then
that's right. It was like 3 decks.
Yeah. By the end, it was a lot of. And remember Moxon, man, the old fella. Was it Moxon? Richard Moxon? Remember the old guy and he got into fitness? He was actually my celly before you, and he'd snore and shit. Do you remember that? You used to train with him, man. Richard Moxon. He was like an old, rich, like white dude, probably like 60. I think that was.
Oh, was he like tall?
Sort of Mocko or something you used to call him. Yeah. Sort of tall. Like. Oh, fuck. I thought you'd remember him. But do you remember Rob?
I don't remember much. From those times,
Do you remember Rob, the Kiwi guy that was in there? That would like. I think he was in there and he ended up. Remember how he like raped those 2 guys or something like that? Do you remember him?
Oh, what the heck?
You remember Rob? Like he was like and he'd always like play ping pong, heaps of ping pong. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't allowed to go to Woodford because 2 Indigenous guys broke into his house and he like bashed them both and raped one of them.
Oh, I think, yeah, I remember a story like that too. Yeah.
He worked in the laundry with us. And he was like always he was like sort of cheese balling with the screws in the laundry, and he was like a older married guy. You remember him? Fuck, I thought you'd remember him, eh?
Wait, hang on.
I swear his name was Rob.
But I remember a story like that.
Yeah, and that was, I remember, and he talked about he like sucked his pinky and just like it was so gnarly, dude.
It was aggressive, eh?
Yeah, it was aggressive. But man, with your story, like just for other people to listen to this, like because I remember your story, like how did you manage to go in and get caught, and not only that, but sort of turn your life around? So what was the story of why you went in? Because I remember it was pretty classic.
Oh, so basically, it's just a classic story, bro. Like I had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I had no money, nothing. I come from New Zealand to Australia to come and work, and the family member I went to go stay with, he actually told me and my dad that he's got work for me. And when we went there, he was like, nah, you gotta go and find work. So a year went on, a year of just like drinking, smoking, partying.
Mm-hmm.
I remember for like a whole month, I was just drunk. I was just drunk. I had no money, bro. Nothing.
Yeah.
I was just drunk and getting high, getting blazed, and time went on, and then I just eventually got hungry for money, and I just said, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna go rob a shop around the corner. So I went and did that.
Yeah.
I went and did that. Like, I feel stink about it. Like my intentions was not to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
It was just to grab the money that I needed and take it and use it, spend it on what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I did it the first time. I got away with it. The second time I went around is when I got caught.
Yeah, that's right.
The second time around, the lady, I was mowing my lawns because I just stayed around the corner. I was mowing my lawns, and the lady that was in the shop when I went, she actually walked past me and said good morning to me, and I said good morning to her as well. So when I went to the shop, she was there. I had no mask or nothing. Yeah, I told her like, give me the fucking money, give me the fucking money.
You had a Stanley knife, hey?
Oh, I pressed the button. Yeah. She's like, I pressed the button, you little mongrel, and I heard the sirens. Like as soon as she said that, the sirens, like the police sirens went off. Whoa. And I bolted.
Yeah.
Ran home just around the corner. And then like I'm in my room because I stayed in like downstairs.
And
I was in my room, and then I could just hear like footsteps. And I'm like, hey, what's that noise? And I go like peek through the blinds. I'm like, oh crap, there's like heaps of cops out here.
Fuck.
So I went and quickly got changed, hopped back in my bed, and then the cop opened the door, and I was like, hey. And he's like, hey, we believe you're involved in the attempt armed robbery. You're under arrest.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, nah, bro. I've been in bed all morning. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, come with me. We're going to take you to ID you. So I went with them. They took me to the shop, to the lady. And because I got changed, my appearance changed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the cop car, the lady actually opened the door, looked at me and goes, oh, nah, he didn't have a goatee.
Wow.
Thinking that I was clean shaven. So I was like, oh, yes, I got away.
Yeah.
Cops let me go. And at the same time, the person I was staying with, he actually went to go buy my ticket to come back to New Zealand. So I was waiting for him to come back. And as that's happening, the cops had let me go. I'm telling my family, like, nah, cuz I didn't do it. I swear, I'm telling you the truth. Like, I'm lying through my teeth, bro. To the people that actually cared about me,
Yeah. You're a kid, man. You're a kid.
And
at the
then,
time.
it was about an hour and a half went by, 2 hours went by, and then cops come back. Excuse me, pa, you're under arrest. CCTV footage, and I was like, oh,
fuck,
shit.
Dude.
So I grabbed my smokes, grabbed my phone. I was like, cuz, I'll see you later. And when I was walking up to the cop car, my cousin that went to go get my ticket, he was at the front. And he was looking at me like, what the heck did you do?
Yeah. Fuck, man. All part of your journey,
that's how I ended up in... Yeah, so that's how I ended up.
Did you get much cash?
Did
you get
not much?
Like the first time?
It wasn't much. It was like $5
grand or?
The first time, yes, it was quite a bit. It was like 3. there was quite a bit of cash in this small shop.
True.
Like it was like midday
Yeah.
when I heard it. But the second time, nothing.
Like,
Just about nothing, bro.
yeah, it's pretty gnarly, man.
And if I would have made my way back to New Zealand, I believe I would have got caught at the airport and sent back to Australia.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably works like that. Yeah.
So I would have been wanted, bro.
Yeah.
And it's sort of cool, man, because I saw what, like, when you went in, you found a love for fitness while you're in there.
Yeah, I did. Training was one of those things where I think me not training, because I used to smoke, like I was a heavy smoker in jail, like they stopped the smoking in there.
Yeah.
And I think after they did that, that's when I really took it serious, because I was like, oh man, it's so boring.
Yeah.
They're like, I can't have a smoke. I'll get do some push-ups or something. And then I started like getting into pull-ups and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, there's more to this.
Yeah. And the stairs.
And then I started joining the crowds, and everyone's like, asking me, bro, come train. It's like weird, bro. Like there's no weights there, but these guys are like stacking up chairs and stuff, and we're using chairs to like
that's right.
do like flies and stuff for our shoulders, like
that,
bench
man.
press. It's like weird, like like a stick for a mop, and like at the end of it's like got chairs hanging off of it. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, dude. I remember when I was at Woodford, and remember you cut my hair for the first time, dude. You were the first person to shave my head.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've never had it grown it back since. And do you remember?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, dude. I remember this. I was like, let's just like, because I had hair and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna lose it. I was like, let's just do like a 3 all over. And then like he's like, oh, 3, I don't know. And I was like, yeah. So you did a 3 all over, and then I sat back at the table. And do you remember Wiremu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wiremu. And like,
I
was like, bro, you look like a mort. and I was like, I'm like a fucking golf, like tennis ball, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're right. So then you faded me. You gave me a 0-1-2 fade. And I was like, fuck, that's so much better. And then I realized, man, hair just slows me down. Like I'll never grow it again,
really
I reckon.
heavy.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to just go buzz. So honestly, prison was worth it just for that.
Yeah. I'm glad I cut your hair, and it's good to see that your hair's still short, bro. It suits you, bro. It makes you look a bit more intimidating.
Cheers, bro. Yeah. Because you were cutting everyone's hair, man. They were all giving you tuner and all sorts of shit because you were the best barber in the unit. That was sick.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I picked up there too. Like I think for one thing, that's one of the other positives that I could pull from that experience as well was learning how to cut hair. Like it was boring in there, man.
Yeah,
Even though we had like consoles like a Wii, we had ping pong tables, we had the Xbox 360. It was still boring, bro. Like So training and cutting hair. I think cutting hair, like I wanted to do that because I never got any support from the outside.
Yeah, I remember that, bro.
So like getting those extra tuners and those packets of noodles like really paid off. So I was like, man, I gotta cut a lot more people's hair.
That's so true, bro. And you were killing it by then. And like, how much can you have in there? Like, you get your tuna and your megarang and you mix the two together and you get some chocolate and tokens and shit. But like, for that, you don't need that much. But I remember you saved up, bro. You saved up and got a pair of shoes that would have taken you that fucking long because we were getting paid like $4 a day or some shit. And then you got these,
or something like that.
Yeah, it was like $4 a day at the laundry, and I think you got me the gig at the laundry, like, because I wanted a job, and then you got me in with you guys folding the pillows as they were coming through the press and shit, the iron, and it was the best spot of the laundry because I was in the shittiest spot at first, and then you got me into there with all the crew, and but you saved up fucking whatever $100 and something doing those $4 a day, and got yourself a pair of like Nikes or something, didn't you?
Yeah, it was quite a bit. I had a few pairs of shoes. I had some Asics, some Nikes, but I couldn't take any of that with me. Only just the ones that I bought. Yeah, for sure. Like from the list, everything else wasn't in my property, so that the rest of it had to stay.
Yeah, right. While you're in there, bro, because then when we split and I went to Woodford, what do you reckon was the craziest thing you saw in there? Like, what's a memory that you have in there that you feel like you won't forget?
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean by crazy? Like, I've seen quite a bit.
Sick.
Or even a couple of them, like, could be crazy, could be violent, could just be like, oh, fuck, that was weird, or like just meeting a weird person, or What stands out for you in there? What's a memory that you remember?
Like I've had a few fights, but it was over stupid stuff.
Yeah,
It was because of me just being dumb. Um, but I think when I first went in, like day one, when I went into the first timers unit, I remember I seen this African guy and he was outside. He was doing shoulder presses, but he was on a handstand. And there was another guy like just poking his bum me, and I'm like, whoa.
What?
Like he's doing like a shoulder press in a handstand, and his buddy with him, he's like poking his bum, and I'm like, bro, like what the hell? Nah, bro, this is scary. Like, and like my heart started racing there, and I'm like, nah, fuck.
Yeah, day one.
This guy can do that to this. Like he was a giant, bro.
Yeah. True. So the other guy was sort of like owning him a little bit.
Nah, like they were just playing around, like it was normal to them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was just like they were just horsing around, bro. So when I first saw that, my heart started pounding here. I'm like, oh no,
yeah,
fuck no. But then like that was day one, and then day two, another thing happened. But it was one of those funny ones. So it was we had chicken schnitzels for lunch.
Yeah.
And like everyone was sitting everyone that's been there for a while was sitting at the table, and then I went up, got my food, finished it, and they must have knew I was still hungry. And he's like, bro, go ask for seconds. Go ask for some seconds. And I'm looking at him like, hey. And he's like, bro, go ask for some seconds.
That's
all good.
So
and I was like, oh yeah, sweet. And then I went to the window and I was like, hey bro, any seconds? And he's like, nah, fuck off, you little shit. And I'm like, hey. I look back at that table and they all just laughing there. I'm like, oh, you just got me.
Man, that's so good. That's pretty fucking funny. Yeah. It's honestly like school. It's like school with a bit more consequences, but it's just like school, man. And most crew get along, you know? It's like it's everyone's in their child just fucking laughing at each other and ripping on each other and shit. Remember I'd teach you some jiu-jitsu when I was like a blue belt then.
And I still remember that, like the baseball bat chokes, how to get out if someone's on top of me just by putting pressure on the thighs, elbows, you know?
Yeah, fuck, like you remember that, bro. That's so sick. Yeah.
Baseball bat choke, rear naked. There was quite a few. The leg lock, ankle locks, arm bars.
Yeah, man,
like,
that's
all
awesome.
The basic stuff.
Yeah, and we used to do it right underneath the screen of the fishbowl. So they used to like literally 1 meter underneath, and they didn't see us, and they stopped us a couple of times, but we got away with it.
We actually did get away with it quite a few times. Yeah, a lot of times actually.
Yeah, you all called me Jitsu. At the and do you remember
I remember there was this time. Do you remember Big Will?
Yeah, I was just about to say Big Will. I forgot about him till the other day, man.
Yeah. So Big Will was like, oh yeah, come on then, me and you jitsu. And then you're like wrapping around him while he's standing up, and we're like laughing like this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he was a big boy too, man. Did he end up going back in? Do you know what happened to him? He was going in. He was on a cop chase or something, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
I think he was in for like maybe a break and enter or the cop. I can't remember, some shit like that.
I can't remember too. I just knew that he was off his head when he got arrested.
Yeah. He was classic, man. I forgot about him. And remember the other, I forget his name, man. The other, I think he was not sure if he was Cook Island or he was Samoan. And he was like the bigger guy at our table, and I think he was from Sydney. I think he did arm rob in Sydney. Do you remember that guy? It would have been one of your main bros. Was it Charlie? Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Charlie.
I just remembered his name then. That's crazy.
He was Cook Island. He's the same culture as me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He ended up getting he got deported, did he?
No, he's still in Australia.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I remember he was afraid of being deported.
Because he wanted to stay with his babies. Like, he used to always express that to me. So me and him were like pretty tight.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
because I remember him from Arthur Gorey. Yeah. Like from the remand center. And then when I got transferred to BCC, he was there, and like I just happened to land in his unit. Yeah. I walked straight to his cell and I seen him. He's there. He's like doing his prayer. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just wait till he's finished. And then he come out and he's like, hey, Paul. And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, he was a cool dude, telling me,
like, he was humble, bro. He was a nice guy.
Yeah. He was like
Charlie Peruto.
Yeah, that's right. He was a big boy too. He was one of those guys like, this motherfucker's dangerous, but like he's calm. Like that's the vibe I got from him. Yeah.
Nice guy, yeah.
And you ended up did you get deported when you got released?
Yeah, so 2 weeks before I hit the 12 months, my 12-month mark, um, well, what's it? Immigration come and see me, and they gave me a deal because I was supposed to do 3 years, but
Right.
they said, hey, look, you can either go home in 12 months, like you do 12 months, and they will send you back home, or you can do your 3 years and still try to fight and stay in Australia, which you most likely won't stay because of the nature of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Or was either go home in 12 months or try fight to stay back in immigration, which was like staying in remand,
Yeah,
but
fuck
with
that.
more access to like internet and stuff like that.
Yeah. I sort of
Which
remember
was
that.
like kind of dumb. I was like, nah, send me home, send me home.
Yeah. 100%. Fuck, doing 2 years there, dude.
Yeah,
Are you allowed back in here after a certain amount of time, or you got to go through some bullshit?
nah,
Nah. Fuck.
because of the violent crimes. No, I know so many people, like even before my time.
Yeah.
Like I know so many people that's try to go back and they just been denied, even though their gap was like 20 years, 30 years,
Wow.
10 years.
Wow.
They still get denied. Like they land there, like they make it to the airport, but then they get sent straight back.
Fuck. That's so annoying, man.
Which is like kind of
shit.
sad. Yeah. Like
Um,
I've always wanted to come back to Australia too to like find work. Like because I know that the money's really good there, bro, compared to here.
yeah, right. Okay. I'm seeing the
So
US.
I've always wanted to come back and work.
I'm seeing the US Embassy next month to get into the States. So you got to pay this lawyer like fucking $3,000, but she pretty well gets you in, I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, so it basically got to have an interview. I'm sure there's ways probably around that with Australia, but you have to go a roundabout way like that after a certain amount of time. But what are you doing for work now, bro? What are you doing back? Are you in Auckland at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in Auckland at the moment.
Yep.
I'm staying with my parents now.
Yep. Sick.
Me and my boy.
You with your missus?
For work, no, my missus stays in Rotorua.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, so she stays like far away. She stays way far.
Yep.
From where I am. But I work for a printing press. So have you ever seen Money Heist? You seen Money Heist?
Man, I watched the first 2 episodes, but yeah, sorta.
Oh yeah, so I work on a machine like that, but we don't print money. We don't mint money. We print magazines like Lucky Break, Woman's Day.
Oh yeah, sick.
Jake Callan, like heaps of stuff like that. Like we make pamphlets from newspapers, and magazines to little cards, like business cards, all sorts, bro. Anything you can print on, we can make it.
Sick. Fuck yeah. Man, sick. If we come over to Auckland or something, we'll go out for dinner or something, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
That'd be cool.
It'd be cool catching up. I'm sure you know where to get a good feed around there.
Yeah. I mean, your guys' diets is really good, bro. So it's gonna be kind of hard to.
Oh, when we're out, bro, we eat whatever the fuck we want. You know, when we're at dinner and shit, whatever you want. You know what I mean? But just in my fridge, it's pretty solid. Yeah, in my house, it's solid. But when we're out, we enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
It was good. Man, awesome catching up, bro. It's thanks for coming on. It's good to see that you're doing well, and you know you've gotten into fitness. I can see you've sort of connected with God and Source, whatever that is to you, and that's helping you on the straight and narrow, bro. So it's really cool to see that you were one of the rare ones that didn't go back in, and yeah, I'm just proud of you, man. I'm stoked for you.
I appreciate that, man. Well, I'm proud of you too, and what you're doing as well, bro. We've both come a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, but the grind doesn't stop either.
Yeah,
continue.
It doesn't. Solid. Yeah, I see your posts, and it's super like in the gym early doing your shit, and it's like it makes me go to the fucking gym. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's in the gym now.
Yeah.
And just getting really into your lifting that. So it's cool to see that you stayed healthy, man. And it's I'm stoked for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I really love your guys' work.
Yeah. Cheers, bro.
I have to stay humble. I have to keep doing my fitness because if I can't stay committed to my fitness, then my son's just gonna be looking at his dad slouching around, you know, and I don't want to be their guy.
Yeah, man. Sign up.
I want to be that guy that's old and my son can't keep up with me, you know?
Yeah.
Sick.
Where's City Kickboxing? Is that in Auckland?
That's in Auckland, yeah.
Man, that'd be sick.
That's in the city, yeah.
I'd love to go check that out and just like see Izzy once in a while if he's ever there at the same times and that. Yeah. That'd be fucking cool. He's the man.
I mean, they're really busy there, bro. Like where at gym at, there's a few young guys that go to my gym and they train there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I ask them if they know certain people, they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, bro, those are the boys, bro.
Yeah, it's one of the
That's
best gyms
sick.
in the world, bro. Yeah, so it's
It
that.
is, bro. World
Yeah,
class.
yeah, that Eugene
Yeah.
guy, he's sick. He's a sick coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
All right,
I
bro.
would love to go there too.
Yeah, fucking oath, man. Sign up, do a little casual class, and it's so much easier to stay fit doing shit like that, I find. Because it's like you're not thinking about the workout, you're just going to turn up and do your thing. But by the end, you're like, fuck, I just did a crazy workout. But you're getting a skill while you're doing it.
Fully.
Yeah.
So it's always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, appreciate you coming on. And yeah, we'll upload this in a couple of weeks. And yeah, much love, bro.
Yeah, much love, dude. Nice to meet you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too, Jake Callan. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See you, bro.
Catch you,
We'll
brother.
chat again another time, mate.
Absolutely,
Cheers.
brother. See you, bro. Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Q&A time with Callan Krause and Jake Stone from Corrective Culture. Let's go. What do you got?
That's us. I don't know the stories.
Okay,
What do you got?
all right, I'll smash something.
What's the question someone asked?
Oh, yeah. Jake, you mentioned in the podcast, you wake up feeling like you hear a loud noise or presence. Yeah. And it's weird because it happened last night again.
Did it?
Man, it happened to me in Bali, man. Like I woke up to Rami's bark.
Right.
In Bali.
Mm.
And I was like in the middle of the night and I was like, why? You know, and even last night it happened and I was like, nah, I can tell that it's not the real thing because it's a little bit more like a big dog bark. And then I used to wake up to like slamming doors and things, but they weren't slamming. There was no door slamming.
I wonder what that is.
I got no idea. But yeah, it's just weird. And I think like, fuck, it could be.
I feel like it's in you, like it was in your dad too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Like he'd like, see things at night and all that sort of stuff. And
yeah.
Maybe you guys are just like shamans.
Just better than everyone. No, I think
Dad, are shaman.
Dad said that where he spoke to spirits and Dad never lied. Like if you know my dad and you've listened to his potty, never lied. So he would always tell me he spoke to spirits and I was always like, I haven't spoken to spirits yet, except for my ketamine trip when I broke my leg. And I don't really know what that feels like, but I have had some magical things happen. But Dad said that the spirits told him that in my 40s, I will start developing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit it if it's real.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie about it. But yeah, so far it's just been weird things like that. I see things in the night like that look like a shoulders and a heads or like a spiral kind of going up, in the room. But then it's like, I think everyone gets that, when you wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that? And you see it and then it kind of slowly dissipates.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I never look.
True.
Like it's not something that I never like open my eyes and see anything. I just don't open my eyes, man. I just wake up in the morning.
True, man. Yeah. Like it happens all the time, like probably once a week where I'll just like wake up and I'm really awake and I'll just like look and I'll be like, I can swear there's something there in front of me and don't know what that is.
See, I wake up.
I feel like it's my eyes.
And I just wake up, go for a piss. So I'm not looking at nothing and I'll just quickly piss. Fuck, the other night, dude, I took a piss. I couldn't hear anything while I was pissing. In the morning, I realized like I must have like caught like a third of it went on the floor. Eh?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Tired. And like, and then it just shoots off to the side. You don't realize. And I was like, well, I can't hear it. It must be hitting the edge of the bowl and just not straight into the water or something, And yeah, I was like, fuck. And then when I woke up in the morning, just had to and the good thing was there was no smell. It was like clear piss. It was like water. So I'm like, oh, it was hydrated.
Yeah. Dude, this is a sick one for you. Callan, how did you manage your diet while eating camp food in the mines?
Okay. So when I was in the mines, I actually didn't stay on camp. So I stayed in town at Karratha. So I had to cook all my own meals. It was pretty rough really because it was 12-hour days and it was 1 hour or 50 minutes drive each way. And then I'd do jiu-jitsu for an hour and a half and then I'd have to cook my meal. So I could never ever get 8 hours sleep even if the whole day was done perfectly. But I cooked. So I went to Woolworths and Coles. I got as much grass-fed grass meat as I could. Fuck all, but I could get some snags there. A little bit of steak. Couldn't get any really organic veggies. So I'd choose from the Clean 15 list and I go to Woolies. And I just make like savory mince and then chuck veggies into it. Or like, I do heaps of things like that, like stir fries and whatnot. And I'd do a smoothie each morning. So I do like a green smoothie and I'd do a dandelion tea and stuff because I didn't want to have coffee like crazy early. I was never killing it, but Yeah, if you're on camp food, well, the boys, they released that Shifter. Pete just did Shifter with
that's
Nick.
good.
Shifter's like a SHIFTR.
Yeah.
So it's a new Instagram page. I think they've got an Instagram page for it, and it's all about mining because they're two Czechies. So it's all about mining and camp food because they worked in the mines, and Nick still works in the mines. So they see how they do it. But Rimmer, my other friend, works out in the mines. He takes a water filter out there, and he'll take like meat and that and prep all this meat. And if you get a good air fryer, man, like a little air fryer, that's gold for your crib hut or even your room, because you can get like chicken wings and just chuck it in the air fryer and then have like organic chicken and everyone will think you're crazy out there, but fuck, they'll respect you for doing it. They'll respect you.
Yes.
And they're like, they look at the boys like, what are you fucking drinking? Why are you bringing your own water? Like, it's crazy shit. Or why are you doing this and why are you doing this? But the boys are all pretty onto it. Rimmer, that's what he hates about the mines most, is he feels like he's killing himself slowly out there. But he does it well. He does it better than anyone I've ever known.
Yeah,
so
you know who does it fucking really well is Scott Rigby.
Yeah,
and he
would.
never, like, he doesn't post about it or nothing, but he's just like on point with everything. I remember he was taking water filters, shower filters. He was doing qigong, like getting up at like 2 a.m. and shit. He's a beast with it. We should call him and have a chat to him on the potty. I really need to. This is a good one. Advice you would give to the younger version of yourselves who just started creating CC.
Okay.
Fuck, man.
Don't put $55,000 into ads on that.
Yeah. Don't follow creative companies to the moon.
Yeah. Okay. I reckon. Oh man, it's so funny because the advice, it's like we do it all over again. Like we did it.
Yeah,
like,
I think
feel
so.
like it was all just nailed.
It feels very easy, right? Like,
yeah.
It's almost like I actually had to do a little bit of work. I was speaking to Kirsty from Javita, and I realized that I have a bit of imposter syndrome around working hard with our business, because now it seems like we don't have to work as hard because we've got a lot of things in place that the wheels are rolling really well. You feel like in Australia, especially, or anywhere for that matter, that if you're not working hard physically and mentally on something, you shouldn't be succeeding. And that's totally a belief, and it's not true.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Blew my mind.
I was like, because you see all these things about get up in the morning, work, grind,
yeah.
shit.
And this has been like, we do grind, but it's easy because we love it. And I think that's the godlike kind of feeling behind it, is like, it's just, we're being almost like channeled for it. And it feels, I've never had anything feel easier.
Yeah. And I guess for us, like looking back, I wouldn't change a thing, right? But for someone listening and you want to do a similar thing, or you want advice of how to, because I know it's hard. Like we've seen people see it and sort of try and replicate it, but it never works like that. You can't replicate something, and we don't also have fear. Like someone could open a corrective, or someone did, but like a corrective culture, not that name, but something exactly like it next door, and we wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't even care in one little bit, because I have no fear that they can replicate what we're doing, you know, because you can't.
You can't. You're a different person. It's a different river. It's a different person. It's a different time.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, listen to your own individual thing. But biggest thing for me personally was being okay with just putting shit out. Don't you reckon? Like, I mean, you were pretty good at it from the start, but for me, it was like, you know what? Fuck, just put everything out there. Like, listen to Gary Vee, Alex Hormozy, people like that allow you to be free, and just put the phone in front of your fucking face and just film it and speak your shit to the world, speak your song to the world, because if you don't, you're never going to happen. And you might get one like, you might get no likes or comments, but I think it's really important to put yourself out there. How are you going to grow if you can't put yourself out there? And also, you need someone to film it, you know, you need someone to put it out there. I think that was a big part. And that's what I see in business now. People aren't doing. Everyone's doing the sales side of things well, but the marketing side of things bad.
Yeah, they do. They try and like make the tiles of their Instagram page a certain way and think about all this shit. And we didn't do none of that shit. We just started speaking our truth.
Just put it out.
And put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, didn't have captions and nothing. So we got Harry on board, then it all got cleaned up and it looks more professional.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
we didn't care about none of that shit. And the key is just being, as cliche as it sounds, like being authentic. Like if you do a video, you got to speak the way you would speak it. Don't try and see a video that someone else has done and think, I want to talk about that, and just sort of copy what they've done, even in the same sentences and whatnot. Like you have to, and don't do what you think you're meant to do. Like this is the mistake I see actually, even from people is they try and speak in a way that is with this person that teaches you how to do speeches or something, or they try and speak in a way that is all proper and professional, and it's not actually them.
Yeah,
and
so true.
If you speak exactly like you would speak, like talking to your boys or your girl or your friends, and have your passion come out through that, and almost don't prepare it too much. You can have a little dot points what you want to chat about, but don't have like a script or like all these things, and just speak it. And people will be attracted to whatever your passion is if you're passionate about it, and you'll attract people that are on that same passion. But people also like listening to people talk about their thing that they're passionate about, no matter what that is. I love hearing about people.
Your journey, eh?
Yeah, if you're a professional sewer, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, and I can see you're into it. Like, tell me all that. How do you do that? Like, and I'm into that shit. And a lot of people are. I
love Alan Watts said something that stuck with me a long time ago. He said that, like, if you can think it and do it, there's somebody out there that will love it, because it could be the weirdest thing ever. It could be like, I don't know, creating these fucking rugs on the ground. But he's like, there's enough people in the world that have had the same thought and love the same thing. So if you start anything it is, it might be art or creating anything, there's somebody that's going to love it. And that's like empowering, because you might think that, oh, it's already been done, or it's blah, blah, blah. But man, it doesn't matter whether it's already been done. It's like just you're your own version of that. It's like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can talk about things in your own way.
Which is, hope that helps anyway. I'd love to know both of your transitions into becoming a Czech practitioner, and what stage.
You go first.
Into I'd say a full Czech practitioner for me was like kind of like, you know, going fully hard into it was 29. Oh, actually, no, when was it? Yeah.
It was
around then.
20, what do you mean?
For me, like, because it was the same time as you pretty much.
Oh, you mean that? Like when
I took clients before that.
It was the very start. It was the very end of 2019 or start of 2020, because we got back from Bali on October or something.
Cool. Yeah. So like 4 years of going like pretty hard at it. But to be honest, I took clients probably 3 years before that, and I didn't love it. And then
because you're understanding so much more now. It would have been like still confusing back then.
It was just confusing. I was confused. I did a mentorship with Jan, and she taught me some amazing stuff, but I hadn't caught up with the actual IMS stuff. So it wasn't making a lot of sense to me. But, you know, in saying that, I was doing Czech at 19, started training with Donald at 20. So I'd been exposed to it. I was listening to Paul Czech's Better Butt, Better Back series and Through the Looking Glass stuff at 21. So it was a big life change for me. It got me off alcohol, drugs. Like, it got me into definitely, I went into it to look like Paul, right? Because I liked the way he looked. But then I quickly was like, okay, this is a mental, emotional journey, and it helped me heal the feelings of losing my mum from 12 to 18. It helped me actually start to be myself. And the only regret is I wish I fucking did things a little different with, you know, leaving bodyboarding early, really, and believing in myself that you can do other shit. So yeah, I guess that's how I really got into it. Yeah, is Donald, or Paul,
and
Scott Rigby.
When did I meet you? What year would that have been? We went to Bali in 2019.
I think I was in
Karratha at like fucking 2018.
So it would have been about a year before that, because. But we met at that
maybe a couple years before that.
We met at Bomber's old jiu-jitsu place.
Yeah, so let's just assume that was like 2016 or something, maybe.
Yeah.
And then that's when
sounds about right.
Because he shared a video on Facebook of Paul talking about meat, dairy, coffee, and grains, and you can find that video on YouTube. And then he just shared it on Facebook, and I watched it. And this is before we even spoke about Paul. And then I was like, fuck, this guy's unique, you know. And I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube of listening to his shit. And then you come to Bomber's next gym, I think, man, maybe, for when we caught up. Yeah. And I didn't fully know.
That's right. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then you're like, have you heard of Paul Czech? And I was like, yeah, man. Like, when you shared that video, I've gone down the rabbit hole, you know? And then that's sort of where it started. And remember we went to your brother's
sauna,
and then you did like we did postural photos, and you were showing breathing and laying on a long roller and just all this shit that I had no idea about, but I was just like, fuck, this is cool, you know. And then I think like a year later, you and my dad was like, just do it. Like, what do you mean? Why don't you do it? And I didn't even, for some reason, I needed someone to tell me that, because I didn't even think about it as a job or nothing. So that's when I moved to Karratha, paid for my education, fucking worked slave for like 15 grand. It's crazy. And then we basically both like started taking clients out of I lived in a little garage with my friends. It was like a bender garage. It was dirty. It was
So
fucking,
good.
it was, I went and got mats from Kmart for like $10 each. I went and bought a printer. I was scaffolding, you know, what else did I get? I got a couple of balls and things like that. And then Jake's ex-girlfriend was my first client. So I got her and she paid me, and I was like, whoa. And then during it, I was like, I love this. And then through Instagram, me posting on shit, and I was already posting health shit for like 2 years and body stuff, but like not with clients. And then I just got a client come in, actually with a guy on the surf the other day. He was one of my first clients. Then his brother called me, and then their friend called me, and then it just was a chain reaction. And then Jake and I moved in together at Watala, got another garage that's a little bit bigger, and then we just started actually doing it properly out of that. And as we were thinking that was it for a life. Like, oh, listen, I don't know, let's get a space and rent and shit. And then we got a space. And remember, this has all happened in like from right now, the first client was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, and where we properly started doing it. So it happened so quick. The whole life changed so quick into now fucking really it'll soon to be a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah. Which is bizarre.
How did that even happen?
Yeah. It feels it's like, how did that even happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Either.
Yeah. I don't know. Crazy. Like, cause like I've worked hard for everything in my life, including my bodyboard career. And this is something that hasn't felt like I've worked hard. I'll probably have worked just as hard or harder, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you just love it.
It's like today I got up and had a coffee, and then I was like, podcast, then hitting pads, then sauna. That's my day.
And then jiu-jitsu at night.
Yeah, and then jiu-jitsu tonight.
Yeah, and what do I feel like for dinner? Like,
yeah,
it's a different life, man. And because we did it, we used to work hard. I used to scaffold. You used to do your video thing. Like, it used to.
Yeah, you had to hustle, man.
Yeah,
and I've hustled, and we both have.
And that's why you can appreciate this life so much more now. It's 100%. Like it's actually. I know I said this, we laughed at, but it's as good as it looks. like it is. It's nice, and I'm happy, and it feels like you're out of the Matrix, and I don't have to wake up and drive to Brizzy and scaffold and build someone else's dream. But you have to do that short term, and you either do that short term or you do it long term. But it's your choice. But let your heart be your compass.
And I hope I was not that confident with clients until I saw Callan take off and start. He got like 8 clients in a week, and I was like, I can either join this train, and we started Corrector Culture, or I can stay in my comfortable bubble. So I hope that we can empower you guys or anyone out there that's doing check stuff, that it is possible, and you can use us as an example to just fucking dive in. Seriously, just dive it all in, because like it will work. Like I'm even looking at Drew Cross right now, who works for us, and Pete. Like, look at them two. They were exactly where we were, afraid. And, I don't know if this will work, because we've got the mindset around having to work time for money. And, it's different once you dive in, you will never look back, and it's scary. But I hope we're a good enough example for you guys to the check stuff is fucking a license to print money. 1, because it works, and 2, because you're helping the world and you're helping the universe. So I truly believe that, and I hope that helps.
Yeah. 100.
All right. Do you guys want to do one more? Or?
Yeah, let's do. What's a good one in there?
All right. Callan's tally.
That actually, no?
Yeah. Callan's tally so far for 2024.
I don't even know. That's a joke, by the way.
Yeah. Just want to know more about honey. What is your perspective on the sun and its role in health for our human organism?
Okay. So, first and foremost, I've said this on the potty before, right? And Matt Walden spoke about this with us, is when we were the first organisms in life, the sun is completely dependent upon the light and, well, obviously light and dark. Our cortisol, our rhythms are completely dependent upon the light and the dark cycle. Before all these other things that matter now, right? So sun goes up, cortisol goes up, sun goes down, melatonin goes up, cortisol goes down. So they're yin yang of each other. They're antagonists of each other. So that's fundamental to setting your rhythms. So the world knows and your body knows where it's at in the day and what it needs to do. And Paul had this sick goal setting thing the other day, man. It was talking about like seasons. Like you wake up in the spring and you plan and whatnot, right? You plan your day. And if you don't plan your day, you don't know what you're going to do, then you get fucking nothing done, right? Then summer is around lunch and you go hard, you get all your shit done.
Yep.
Then autumn is time for a celebration. So the end, say 4 o'clock, the end of the day, you celebrate, you smoke your bag, you play your COD, whatever it is, assuming you've worked and you've hunted. Yeah. And then nighttime is retrospection and building energy, which is winter, right? And cultivating energy. So then the next day you can do it again. So sunlight is respecting to all that. Sunlight sets that rhythm. Sunlight sets from a chemical perspective. And just a good rule of thumb for me personally is I used to have, I don't know what was happening at the time, man, but I was waking up heaps. I don't know what was going on in my body. I think it was a bit of stress with the relationship at the time. And I was waking up about the middle of the night. And so I go, fuck it. I got my sunrise. And that night I got the sunset and a lot of it. And then I put my blue light blockers on at night and I slept through the whole night. I was like, all right, the only change I made to do all the magnesiums, all the meditation, all that shit was getting that light and then respecting it at night with blue light blockers.
I think that's a huge one. Like even when I play COD or watch TV at night, every night I've got my blue light blockers on now.
It's big,
and it makes you tired at the right time.
Yeah.
Otherwise you don't get tired at the right time.
Yeah.
But also the sun is like the most important thing in our solar system pretty much because it's like it reflects energy off the moon. And then everything healthy grows towards the sun. And when it's not healthy, it falls over and it starts to die. So I feel like, including people's posture, like if you start to like kind of, if gravity's winning, it's a good indication you need to look at your foundation principles and your physiological load to actually get your posture straight again. I can't believe people don't think posture is important. When you look at a sick plant, like look at the posture of a sick plant as opposed to a strong, good plant. And yeah, we could go and talk about the soil and all that shit, but yeah, it's fucking important. And getting sun in the morning and night is so good. And also blue light blockers before bed changed our life, huh? And you can see it represents that on our Aura rings.
Yeah, you can see it on the ring, but you can feel it when you wake up. In the morning, you can wake up just fresher. It's like training at night. Training at night sort of doesn't respect that, and then you wake up like not hell fresh. It's like, I don't know what it is, whether it's cortisol or something, but like Harry, a roommate and videographer and friend the other day, trained till like whatever 7:30 at night, and then you slept in like an extra hour, 2 hours, an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
And went to bed at the same time, you know? So
dude, it's so funny. We're having a sauna yesterday and I was like, Harry, look, like jump in the sauna, dude. And he's like, oh, a few videos to get done and that. I'm like, dude, I'm your boss. Get in the sauna. It's like it's a good example of like when you're free to work and your own hours and we're honestly, he works so hard that we're pretty much trying to keep him healthy.
Like make sure he does.
We're like, all right, come on, come like, train, come sauna, come like, but it's just fucking, it's good.
Yeah, it's like you find the people that are meant to do what they're meant to do, you know, and also giving them the freedom to work it. And then when it's on you and you don't have the set things that you're meant to do every day, it's crazy because they do know it better than you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it
looks like he's being channeled. It's like he's just like the energy's just through him. It's like,
yeah, I wish we could work like that. Imagine if fucking all three of us could do that. You know, like it's just like, but one's good enough.
yeah, for sure. Well, we did.
Yeah,
we did a fucking lot, dude, for a few years there. You forget like where we had our Canva thing, and you'd be like, this looks better, and then we'd like put the photo there and we had like our little thing. We did all the media, dude.
Yeah,
for a long time, and we did a lot of it.
And like doing it on the phone, all those little like clips and shit, and like you look back on the quality, like we couldn't be fucked with thumbnails half the time and stuff like that. And now it's just all the little 1% things. And that's a tip for people listening: hire someone as soon as you can, to help you with that shit. Like
100%,
put it out there, manifest it, like we did, right?
It'll double your sales.
Yeah, it'll just help. They'll pay for themselves, but it's just you will never grow without doing that. You'll never grow.
Yeah, you can't micro manage your own business. You have to have people that want to have the same core values and goal in mind to actually grow it to that next level.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the biggest thing we've learned in business, guys. Anyway,
yeah, it's huge.
we
Anyway,
gotta do
hit
some boxing.
pads. So thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe and
Yeah.
share, and just help us get it out. The more you do that sort of shit, the more people they see it, and we can get some cool people on. So that's why.
Yeah, we want to get big guests. Like our goal is we're gonna talk to Joe Rogan, whether he's AI or not.
Yeah.
We're talking to the cunt.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, love you
Thank you.
guys. See ya.